Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
And I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Lauren Foster.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
That
We're
would
glad
be
to be here
Captain
today.
Jim Fuller.
We're suddenly so staid before the cameras came on. Everybody's singing.
And I have a surprise for you. We taped all that, and our opening is going to be what went on before the cameras came on today.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
That would be so cool. Of course you're
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm kidding.
That's a good idea, though, isn't it?
That's a
Sure
great
it is.
idea.
The mic check, sound check before we went on today was quite interesting.
It
wasn't
was.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It was
We
always.
all broke into song.
Yeah, right. And Peggy knew them all except one.
Except the one that started out, throw your grass out the window.
I didn't know that one, and I couldn't believe it.
I was thinking it was a lawnmower song for a minute.
Or
Shows you
a
where my head
commercial.
Yeah. So, how's everybody doing?
I'm good.
We're in the middle of the brown season.
I know.
It's just monotonal outside. It's one color.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
And
sports.
in some
Like,
ways, it's kind of boring.
lost
That's why
our.
snow is so good.
What
in the world is
Snow
brown
comes in.
There was, I probably told you all this before, but I was in the grocery store a couple of years ago, and there was this lady from somewhere in Europe, and it was this time of year, and she was standing in line in front of me, and we had a conversation, and obviously she wasn't from here, and I said, well, you're not from here? And she said, no, I'm from Czechoslovakia or somewhere like that. And I said, well, what do you think about it here? And she said, is there any color in this country? Does it always look brown everywhere? Everything's brown. And I said, well, not in the spring and not in the fall, but this time of year. And it does.
It is
Everything's
kind of
just sort of one color.
And that's why you look so good in your red.
Thank you.
See, we are all subdued over here, and there you are to brighten up the set.
Brighten up the set.
Oh, I don't
That's
think you
me.
guys are subdued at all.
Everybody's
Peggy
got
has some
black or
purple,
dark,
yeah.
dark
Dark colors.
colors.
You know, I was in
Purple
the
eyeshadow.
drugstore yesterday, and some lady who I don't know from Adam came up and said, are you a preacher? And I said, no. I know you from somewhere. Are you a doctor? And I said, no.
No.
And she said, must be a DAMN salesman or something. And I'm not sure what she meant by that. You know, what's wrong with a salesman?
What's wrong with a salesman?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're conniving
Yeah,
sometimes.
maybe. I don't know.
Liars often.
Hey.
Tell you a tale. I'm sorry.
Salesperson here.
All right. Lawrence says, all right.
Yeah, I know there's three in this room right at the moment.
Yeah.
At least three.
Yeah.
Hey, the good ones never tell lies.
They do
Yeah.
get that title, you know, of being conniving and.
Well, did you ever tell her? Did you ever ask her if she watches television? You ever
I
see
never
me on
got to that. I
television?
never got to that. I was
It
sort of
sounds like-
taken aback.
Yeah, he was answering all the questions. He wasn't asking any.
Yeah.
But there you were, just being an innocent person.
Yeah.
But
I
the-
was standing there minding my own business, picking up the Tennessee Traveler box.
Is that what it was? She was probably a customer.
Yeah. I guess.
If
I
she
don't
was
know.
in the drugstore,
Yeah, I would
she
say
was
so.
probably in there to
Yeah.
pick up her certificate.
Tennessee Traveler is our Monday night show that is live at 7 o'clock that you should watch.
People
You
need
can-
to be watching
Yes,
that.
you can
That's
get
right.
great deals on all kinds of things from lunches and dinners and cabins and skating and bowling and
And all
name
you
it.
have to do is call in. And
That's right.
Make
And
a
it's
bid.
fun.
Is it make a bid?
Nope, you
What do you
just
do?
we tell you how much the certificate's going to be sold for. So usually they're high price or less. So $25 certificate might be sold for 12
Might
or
be sold for
$13.
12. That's great.
Mhm.
Well, see, I don't get cable, so I don't get to watch the show.
I know,
but
me neither.
I need to go run into somebody's house so I can call in.
But yeah,
Well,
that's a Monday nights. Watch
It's
it
a
and
great
tell all your
deal.
friends.
It's
Call.
a great deal.
Make call.
Even if you don't have cable, call.
Just call. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. We have people
We're
call
on,
the
we're on
time.
the air from 7 till 8.
Yeah, we have
Well,
people.
Just
that
call.
say, I'm in the
Call
car. I
and
can't
you'll
get
tell us
home.
what the
What am I
deal is.
Tell
missing?
you what we've got, what's
Right.
been on. We don't give things, we don't do things before it's their time in the show.
Okay. So
We don't let people call in and say we want this one down there because that's the favorite
it's
one.
just whatever happens to be coming up.
Well, or what we've already done.
Yeah.
If we're halfway through, we
And you
you know
can bid on.
you
not
can
bid,
buy
you
what
can
if
buy.
we have any left, you can buy.
And I haven't done the
Very
show in a
good.
while, but a lot of times I think we used to get calls from people who are not even on our system just to see what
Right,
we're
they know what's
Just to
going
see
on.
what's
Yeah,
going
right,
on.
right, yeah.
Well, it should be a popular show. I guess it is.
Oh yeah, it is. We have some great folks on there. We're getting ready to bring 3 new people on, coming soon.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend and next weekend at the Civic. Well, not at the Civic Center this weekend, but next weekend. Do you mind if I tell it?
No, tell it. You're going to tell it anyway.
I'm going to tell it anyway. No, Jazz on Jackson is coming up on the 28th, and it's such an awesome show with Eric Mintel and his jazz quartet. We showed a little bit of that last week. Anyway, tickets are on sale, 455-5321. And Sunday afternoon, we have Vicki Collinsworth and her crew.
And
of
John
talented
Cook's
people.
John Cook's going to be on the show today.
Oh, is he?
really?
Awesome. Well, I'll
Cool.
let him
I love it when
talk
John
about
Cook's
that.
So we can talk about that a little bit later on.
Anyway, go out and get your tickets. And Manchester has the Oldies show this
The Oldies
weekend.
show is this weekend, and it is going. The money for that is going to go to one of the baseball or softball leagues
Oh, that's a nice
in
thing
Manchester.
for them to do.
They're raising funds for that. So Jamie and Fuzzy will be on here in a little while, and they'll tell us all about that.
Jamie and Fuzzy.
Jamie and Fuzzy.
That's very weird. I had a dream last night about that Splish Splash I was taking a bath segment that they
Oh,
do with
my
that
goodness.
show.
That was pretty good.
I
wasn't it?
could be losing
we
my
liked
mind.
it.
It was the wrong guy in the bathtub, though.
Oh, no. The
You had a
wrong guy
dream
in the
about that?
wrong place.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know it. I had forgotten it till she just said that. It's disturbing.
Well, you
Sorry.
remember the hot spots on the Oldies
Yeah.
show.
Or
Are
maybe
they
I
doing-
could put
are
it
She
they
was
doing-
the hot
yeah.
spot on the Oldies
okay.
show.
Moving on.
Did you guys watch any football this weekend? I mean, we're getting down to the
Yeah, I
wire
did.
here.
I can't say that I can comment a lot, but yeah, I did. Tell me about it.
I did not watch a single second.
Tebow got beat.
I know. I
Bad.
Got beat bad.
got beat
Which he
bad.
got the last time he played New England, he got beat bad.
Well, Tom Brady for New England is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, or
Ever
generally
played.
reckoned. Yeah, that's right. I mean,
really
he
is
and
really
Peyton Manning are right up
fantastic.
there together. And
Yeah.
He and Peyton Manning,
He is
and
awesome.
of course they're talking about the Aaron Rodgers as being one of them too, but little Manning beat him by 14, 15, 20 points. So the cheeseheads who were supposed to go undefeated this year and go all the way to the Super Bowl and break the Dolphins' undefeated record.
They
out.
lost really late in the season, didn't they? I mean,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
couple
they
of weeks
lost a
before the
game.
season was over, and
They lost in week
but
14.
if I remember correctly, you get a bye if you've got the best record. Don't you?
Right.
You don't have to play in that first round of the playoffs. I'm not sure that's good for you. You know, I mean, you're off a week, and you know you get maybe your timing gets off and stuff. I don't know.
They couldn't put up with the Giants' defense, and of course San Francisco came in and beat the Saints,
Right.
which was an upset.
That was a big upset.
And that game was like whoever had the ball last won. If they had 10 seconds left on the clock, give the other guy the ball, they scored.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a shootout. It was a fun football game.
Type
Oh yeah, it was a
game.
fun football game to watch.
It was
So,
awesome.
So now we're going into the divisional playoffs.
Conference playoffs,
Conference
yeah.
playoffs
Yeah.
this week. So we'll give you more about that at a later date because the Big X just came up, which means we've got to go. We'll be right back in a minute.
Tommy Anderton and Martha Jane Barton from Traders Bank to share why our Channel 6 viewers should bank with us in 2012. Martha Jane, I've known you to be employed at Traders Bank practically all my life. What is so special about Traders that's allowed you to enjoy 52 years employment?
Tommy, there are several things that make Traders the best. At Traders, it's like family as an employee and for our customers. Each customer receives exceptional personal service. At Traders, we're flexible and timely with our responses. At Traders, we listen and accommodate.
Martha Jane, thank you for that testimonial. Our New Year's resolution is to continue treating customers like family. It's truly why so many people never bank anywhere else.
Traders Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
These are the children who had no chance. They're known as Brazil's street kids. They wander the streets dying by the thousands from drugs, AIDS, and bullets. Most of them have been abandoned, left to survive on their own. These children needed a place to go. I had to do something. So I brought it up at Rotary. People heard about what we were doing and asked how they could help. Together, we raised funds to give them a home and opened the school. They're learning a trade. Now hundreds of kids have a family and a future. They're contributing to the community because Rotary believes in making things better for everyone.
Rotary is making a difference right now.
They have hope.
Rotary gives people an opportunity to help.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we have joining us on set someone who usually doesn't show up on these kind of shows if they don't have anything to do with walking horses. And this, is, of course, doesn't. But we're pleased to have with us our partner here at P-Head Productions and Charter Channel 6, Mr. Jerry Harris, who's sort of recently moved on from another job and is going to be working with us full time here. Yeah.
I'm still doing security and communications, analyzing phone bills, showing people how to save money on their phone bills. But working out of the office here and boosting up the advertisements. And we've got a lot of things to offer people, Jimmy. I mean, we really do. When you look at it, we've got our shows that we do in the surrounding counties. And, well, like this program, it goes to 5 cities.
Exactly.
So, and just about a third of Franklin County sees it. So it's good advertising for people.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever talked about this on the air, but things have sort of changed as at the end of last year, and that we used to feed our signals to 4 towns individually. Now they're all one for the most part. So you're seeing a lot more programming that's related to your friends and neighbors.
Oh, yeah. Plus, in fact, Whitehorse, we go all over the state of Tennessee and up into Kentucky and down into Alabama, northern Alabama, but. We have just we started this last year, but it just keeps growing. That's Pegasus TV. They have, if you go to PegasusTV.com, you can go to the state you're in, pick the city you want to see, and they have a virtual channel. Any of the new TVs, the internet ready TVs,
right?
Any of those can go to one of those towns and pick it up. And Whitehorse airs on it 5 times a week. So it's we have a great viewing audience with them. So the advertising dollar, that's good advertising for people.
Yes, it is.
Especially if they want to do internet sales.
Right, exactly.
We got an internet salesman in here.
No, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I don't think I got an opportunity to meet him, but
you ought to seen the catfish this guy caught. It that big.
Really?
He's going to be on there in a little bit, but buddy, he caught a big one, didn't he, John?
Yeah.
John's out there trying to talk him into filleting it now.
Is that right?
Yeah, he likes it. I'll tell you something else we're going to be doing, Jimmy, in March. We did this about 4 years ago, did it in 2008. When we were growing up, John, all the guys around here, we went to a place in Shelbyville called The Cellar. And I got with Tommy Shelton, Janice Cole, a few of them from Shelbyville in 2008, and we had a Cellar reunion. Now, this is the great part because we was there dancing. We started, the dancing started at 7. You're supposed to be out of there at 12. And at 1, we had to make them leave. But my daughter came up to me about 8 o'clock and she said, "Did you really do this every Friday and Saturday night?" Because she could not believe it. And I said, "Yep, every Friday and Saturday. We sneak in a Wednesday. We'd sneak in a Wednesday sometime."
Right, exactly.
But we had a ball just dancing. And March the 10th of this year, we're going to have another one. And right now, we're looking at probably having 4 to 6 different bands. The last time I think we ended up with 6, and we had people coming from all over the country. We had the Sensations, the Roustabouts, the George Washington Bridge. I can't remember them all. And Tommy and I was trying to think of all of them the other day, and it's kind of hard.
Tommy Shelton's band, of course, is Soul Session, and I assume they're going to be there, right?
They're going to do the kickoff, and then Gary Giles was with the Sensations and then moved on to another group. So we're hoping that it works out to where Tommy and Soul Session starts. Soul Session leaves, Tommy stays, and the Sensations come on, and then Tommy leaves, and the rest of the other group comes on, and we just progress on through the night like that. So, but it was so much fun, Jimmy. It was so much fun. Brought back a lot of fond memories.
You mentioned your daughter couldn't believe you did that every weekend, and it's amazing how music of that era has sort of it's timeless. I mean, it's still popular today. Still things that
it is.
Still the kind of music you can dance to, and that's
that was what
good.
Really shocked her was when the band started. People walked straight out on the floor. You didn't have to entice them, talk them into it. I mean, couples went to the floor. And they stayed there. It was elbow to elbow from the time we started until the end of the night. Mm-hmm. And we made old acquaintances. You met up with people you hadn't seen for years. Some people came in from out of state to it. So it was great, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. We'll have Janice and Tommy and them come over one day and discuss it, because you can buy advance tickets. So
how much are tickets, by the way?
Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 at the door. We got to do this because we're going to be. The Fly is a big building, but we don't want to end up overselling ourselves. So tickets are going to go fast. I know as soon as we said it, I had 2 guys. I posted it on the website, and had 2 phone calls saying, I want my tickets. I sent them to Janice.
Right.
It's easier for me.
That's $15 a person, is that correct?
$15 per person.
Right. Okay.
$20 at the door, and it's really great, folks, because all of these funds go to the Fly. Mm-hmm. And if you've never been to the Fly Arts Center, they do plays, they have dances, they have a fantastic museum.
Right.
That's where we have our water horse party every year.
Exactly.
And it's just a fantastic thing.
Okay.
So other than that, people could call me. So I do have to make a living. Jimmy doesn't pay me. I want y'all to know that he does not pay me. But
and that's why over the years that John and Jerry and I have all been a part of this company, but we always had to have another job.
That's right.
Now we've kind of gravitated later in our life to where now I think we're pretty much back here without outside distractions for the most part.
We're back here, but we still got to step outside the box every now and then to make a living. So right now I'm analyzing phone lines like we used to back when Bell South. Uh-huh. And when they had the Devonshire back in '85, we would go and look at a person's phone bill, and we would show them where they could save money. Mm-hmm. And with the money they saved, they could buy a phone system. Well, now with the new phone systems and the new services and things, internet is a big part of communications. Fax to email, things like this. So now when I look at a phone bill, we looked at one yesterday. I think it was a little over $4.25 a month. They're going to be paying $198 for the same service.
Right.
So it's a saver. I mean, you save money, then you can go out and do other things.
Well, it's pretty complicated, I think, or I find it pretty complicated. It's not complicated for me anymore because in our company, from whenever we get anything related to phones or stuff like that, we hand it off to Jerry. But seriously, it is complicated. If you don't understand how that stuff works, you can pay a whole lot more money than you really need to be paying if you don't understand it.
And this I love this. When you call and say, well, we're fixing to go with another carrier because they're cheaper, and the carrier that you're currently with says, well, we can give you a cheaper price. Mm-hmm. Well, my first question is, if you can, why haven't you?
Why haven't you been
there? You are
a cheaper price.
Give me a better price.
Okay, and give them a phone number, Jerry.
They can call me at 581-4411 here in Tullahoma, or 455-9016. We'll take you to Life Communications, and it will be routed to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you'll be seeing a lot more of Jerry now. I think he's got more time to spend with us. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment, folks, with more Tullahoma Living right after this.
I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and we own Thompson Ford in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Lori and I bought the dealership back. It's on Highway 55. Same dealership that we had for 10 years. Look forward to serving you for another 10. Thank you to the community. Thank you for allowing us to be here for the last 15 years. Thank you for having us raise our family here.
Thank you for all your support.
It's been a great place. It's a great place to live. Look forward to living here. Put me in the ground here. I'd be proud to do it. God bless America and God bless Tennessee.
Our office used to look like this, but now with my paper-free office from R.J. Young, It's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right?
My paper-free office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Wherever good can overcome, that is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
COTHRA.
Welcome back to Just Plain Living. I'm Laura Foster, and I'm just getting to know my guest, Wendell.
Yes, Wendell Cothran.
Wendell Cothran.
Yeah.
Not Coleman.
No, not Coleman.
Not
Cothran.
Cuffman?
No, none of that stuff. Okay. Starts with a C, though. You got that right.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being with us. And you are here on behalf of your lovely wife, whose name is?
Jenny Cothran.
Jenny Cothran.
Yep, same last name.
And your business is?
Sweet Bakery in Manchester.
Sweet Bakery is a new bakery in Manchester that has a really, really great reputation. I keep hearing about them all over the place. Hopefully we're going to have some pictures of some of the cool things that she does. But tell us a little bit about why a bakery and why Manchester?
Well, Jenny's very talented. She's been an artist all of her life. She's done interior design. She's got a degree in interior design. She started out doing house plans and doing some artwork and a lot of stuff at the Art Center, if you guys have been to the Art Center in Manchester. Mm-hmm. And she does cakes, and that's kind of her specialty at the bakery is the specialty cakes. Cakes that you just can't buy at the box stores. You know, old fart cakes and stuff like that. Wedding cakes, you know, there's no place around here that you can get a really high-class wedding cake. But she also has things like cupcakes. She has the best cupcakes that you're going to find around other than those other stores that I'm not going to say right now. And she's got some cinnamon rolls, protein brownies if you like to work out. She'll do some sugar-free stuff. Just whatever the girls think about it that day. She's got a partner, Lori Scrivener, that helps her a lot. She's very creative. They do some fantastic stuff.
Okay. And why Manchester? I grew up in Manchester.
Well,
so.
We're in Manchester, so you know, there's no place around there. And you know, as a small business, you can't really afford to open up in a place like Murfreesboro. Mm-hmm. Plus, it's a longer drive. We'd like to stay local if we can.
Okay, great. So you can just walk in anytime and buy things that are already made.
Right.
Or you can meet with your, what, tell me your name again?
Jenny.
Jenny, you
yes.
can meet with Jenny and say, this is my occasion, this is what I want, and have like a consultation.
That's correct. That's correct. And she can take whatever's in your head and turn it into something you're like, well, that's actually a little bit better than what was in my head. That's the most exciting thing for me is to see the people's faces that get the cakes after she tells them, okay, this is what we want, and then she comes out with something that's just fabulous.
At the last minute we were trying, there's the website, there we go. Okay, cool.
That's a baseball cake she made there.
So my child is turning 6 and he loves baseball. Can you do a baseball cake?
Yeah, I can do a baseball cake.
Okay. All right.
It's just that's a sweet 16 cake, I believe, is what that is, or a birthday cake. I can't remember. I think that looks like a birthday cake for a girl named Shelby.
Her name's Shelby.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! A monster truck.
Yeah, and you just can't go to your box stores and get something cool like that. Of course, it takes some time, and she's away from the house a lot, making these late at night because she really wants them to come out the way that they are.
Yeah, you had mentioned wedding cakes. I wasn't able to. Oh, that's beautiful. Like for a bridal shower. I didn't have time to communicate that to the control room that you were hoping that we had wedding cakes on there.
Yeah,
so
there's
hopefully, hopefully he'll come across those. Oh, soccer.
Soccer, yeah, there's soccer ball. Actually, Cliff over here, he just got a cake for his daughter last night.
Oh, cool. Fuzz is in the studio. He's going to talk about the oldie show, I guess.
He buzzed through that one.
So are all of these cakes like one of a kind?
They are one of a kind.
It's Elvis.
Very unique. That was for a bachelorette party, I believe.
Is it gauche to ask how much you would expect to pay for a cake like this?
It varies according. It really has to do with how many people you want to feed.
Okay.
That's probably the first thing she's going to ask you. How many people do you want to feed, and then kind of go from there.
Older than dirt.
She gets a lot of the older than dirt. And of course, those cakes right there, they're beautiful with the Barbie dolls in them. That was kind of a Confederate theme.
SweetManchester.com, is that going to take you here to your Facebook link?
That's going to take us to our Facebook page.
Okay.
And
that's
then,
where all these great pictures
there's
are.
Thomas the train.
For Tristan.
Right.
Oh, wow, these are very, very intricate, Wendell. She is very talented.
Yep. My son tells me that I can bake the cakes like she can. She says, mine taste just as good, but they're not. I don't do pretty. She does pretty.
How old is your son?
Yeah, he's 9.
He's 9.
He's 9. Is that Tony Stewart, I believe, is who drives the Old Spice car? I could be wrong.
You're not seriously asking me.
You're going to have somebody call. You're going to have somebody call and tell me I'm wrong. There's a wedding cake right there.
Oh wow, those are pretty. Hang tight for a second. Those are just gorgeous. Good job, Philip. Wow, that's a cake?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And
that's
everything
amazing.
on that is edible.
That is just amazing. So this is absolutely the place to go for any special occasion, a cake. And again, you said you also do cupcakes.
That's correct.
Now, how much notice do you need?
Well, I mean, on something like this, you want to get a consultation, and you want to give her as much time as you can give her, because the more time she's got, the better it's going to turn out. But on a birthday cake, we like to get a week's notice, but if sometimes a couple days is fine, according on what we got going on that time of the or not. That's one of the smaller cakes. They freeze the top of them. You probably know about the weddings. They freeze the top of them and eat them a year later.
I don't think I did that. We did freeze it, but I don't think
I think we did that. We froze ours and ate it a year later, and I suggest you let it thaw out first.
Okay. Frozen cakes, not all that.
It's not what it's meant out to be. There's
now,
another one.
What are the hours to just walk in and grab some treats? And we're happy to look at pictures.
Well, she's open
as long as you have them.
Tuesday through Friday. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, she's going to open it. She opens at 10 and she's open till 5, I believe. And then on Thursday and Friday, she opens up at 8, and she's open till 5. She's got good coffee, cinnamon roll. You can come in there and do that. And you can also call ahead of time and schedule something to sit up and talk to her. And if she's not there, you can leave her a message and she'll call you back and set up a consultation. She's there a lot of times when we would typically be open, but we will go ahead and turn the open sign on and let people come on in at that time.
So if I wanted to treat all of my friends here at Channel 6, I'm not going to, but if I did,
don't get them too excited.
I know, I could call and say, I need this many cinnamon rolls and coffees, and she'll have all that ready for me.
And it's pretty easy. You can call that morning typically on the cinnamon rolls and say, hey, I need 20 cinnamon rolls or whatever.
Now, for our non-internet savvy people, what's the address? How can they get there?
It's 107 Murfreesboro Highway.
107 Murfreesboro Highway. I'm trying to picture where that is.
That's across the street from the square, kind of across the street from the little park they've got there.
Oh, yeah, where the gazebo is.
Where the gazebo's at, across the street from Coffee Cafe. Mm-hmm. And then also, it's next to Winning Attitude. If you've got kids who are in sports, you've been to the Winning Attitude there. It's right next there. And the number's 931-723-8100. 723-8100
is the phone number to call and order your tasty treats from the Sweet Bakery.
Very tasty.
Thank you very much for adding to our economy and sweetening up all the attitudes of the people in Coffee County.
Well, we appreciate the support.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, and we wish you the best of luck. Let us know if we can help.
Thank you.
All right, and y'all stay put. We're going to be back with more Just Plain Living after this.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, bank your change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want. So you can bank when, where, and how you want. At our offices or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
This is for my daddy and the chips. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
At Charter, we're connecting military families with free webcams and the fastest, most reliable internet speeds. Get your webcam at charter.com/canyousee.
I miss you, Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this past weekend over at the Coffee County Manchester Library, they had a book signing, and this is I think their 4th or 5th year to do this. And what this is a time when local authors and all types of authors, as a matter of fact, there were some renowned nationally known people there the other day, can come and you can sit and visit with them and talk about writing and look at their books, and they'll explain why they wrote what they wrote and sign the book for you. And it was very interesting. There was some good folks over there. We're going to go to a little video on that. As usual, the room's full of people, and we'll find out just who's here and go visit around in a minute. And look at all these authors and people, creative folks who've written and done things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm with Miss Cheryl Roberts, the director of the Coffee County Manchester Public Library. And Cheryl, this looks like a good day. This is the book signing with authors. How many years have you been doing this now?
This is our 5th year. We have started this about 5 years ago, and we decided that January and February would be a good time to have an adult reading program, because we didn't have too many things going on, and we felt like we couldn't do it in the summertime when the children's program was going on because of all the work that was involved. So we thought this would be a good thing that we could do for adults, and we had some folks that had approached us about having an author signing for their books they were local authors, and so we just decided to take a plunge and do it one year. And so now it's kind of become an annual thing, and we even have folks calling us. Sometimes we don't have to go out and look for people. They call us and ask if they can come. And you have folks not only locally, but folks that come from out of town, and some probably from a distance to show their books and talk about what they've done. We have some big name writers here that their books are nationally known. And you have Weldon Payne. And we have Weldon Payne. And Michael Bradley. That's right. Some other locals that are that have written several books, and they've been here multiple times. Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for what you do and all the good work that the library does throughout the year. But this and this old cold time of year to get folks out and look at new product and get reading on their mind. Yes. Very important thing. Yes. And we do have the adult reading program that will start on Tuesday. We're closed on Monday, but this will start on Tuesday. And we have lots of prizes that have been donated for adults, so we encourage them to read and put their name in the pot to see if they can win one of the prizes that we have. All right. Ms. Cheryl, thank you so much. Thank you. And all the authors are back in the back now for a group shot. And this shows all the folks who are here. And we'll see if we can get some interviews with a few of them. There's our buddy Weldon Payne back there.
Try to get
and there's Michael Bradley.
Computer guy on Tuesday to put on.
Where are you from?
Well, I currently live in Shelbyville.
Shelbyville. And what is this about? What's your book about?
This is a murder mystery, and it takes place in Nashville.
Oh my goodness! Close to home.
Yes.
Close to home. And what caused you to write?
I've been writing all my life. I fell in love with the Trixie Belden Mystery Series when I was a child. And soon after reading those, I started writing my own short stories.
All right, here we have Teresa Hall, and where's your sign?
It's on the front of the table because my books are out there.
He has so many books. This is Michael Shoulders. You have Michael Shoulders, The Weight of the World.
She's an illustrator.
She is. What a beautiful apple.
It's an apple.
Yeah. Where's the snake? There's no snake there, is there? No snake in that book.
There's no snake in that book.
Is this your first time here to this book show?
It is.
Both of you, and where are you from? Michael's from Clarksville. Where are you from?
I'm from Manchester.
Manchester.
I'm right here from Manchester.
All right. Well, good for you. Is this your first book?
This is my first book. It is. Thrill.
A peach and an apple side by side.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind.
And a thorn.
And a thorn. Thanks.
The thorns on apples.
Thanks, folks.
Anyway, so I pulled that title out.
For those of you who don't know, this is Weldon Payne doing one of his famous monologues to a customer. Hopefully a sale is impending. We shall see at a later time.
Anyway.
Since 1985, Life Communications and Security has been a household word in Middle Tennessee, mainly because people trust and believe in Life Communications and Securities in the work they do. Led by owner Jeff Wooten, LCS has continued to grow and earn the support of their many customers. When we ask businesses and homeowners who they put their trust in, these are the answers we receive.
Tommy Anderton with Traders Bank. When it comes to security and communications, we call Life Communications.
For all of our security needs at First Vision Bank, we call Life Communications. Life Communications is a small investment for us to take care of our major investment.
Knowing this, why would you ever call anyone else for your security or communications needs? Call Life Communications and Security at 931-455-9016 or 1-866-535-9016. That's Life Communications and Security.
I'm Marley Matlin for the American Red Cross. In an emergency, infants and children can't always tell you what's wrong. Being able to read critical signs and knowing how to respond can make all the difference. The Red Cross offers infant and child CPR training, where you can learn how to recognize and respond to respiratory and cardiac emergencies. Visit www.redcross.org or call 1-800-HELP-NOW. Together, we can save a life.
For things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed Charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
Welcome back to Just Plain Living. You're going to be glad you stayed because I have Cliff Roberts on the set today. Hey, Cliff.
How are you?
I'm so glad you're here.
I am too.
We're going to talk oldies again.
That's right, yeah.
Big show coming up.
The big one. We're going to do 2 shows this weekend at the Coffee County High School.
Ultimate Oldies starts at what time?
7 o'clock.
And
the doors will open at 6 and the theater will open at 6:30.
And the phone number to call for tickets. Let's get that.
Okay,
get that right
it's at 931-409-0752.
And where you can get your tickets online still?
No, this is a different.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can get them at Trademark Insurance in Manchester, Winning Attitude in Manchester, and Volunteer Paint in Manchester.
And are where are those places located in case somebody doesn't know?
Okay, Volunteer Paint is right off the square in Manchester, and Winning Attitude is on Highway 41 there, right off the square. And then Trademark Insurance is across from the Coffee County Jail.
Oh, well, everybody will be able to find that one. Just go to the jail across the street.
Yeah.
Pick up tickets for Ultimate Oldies this weekend. Tell me a little bit about the show so the people that have not seen it. I've seen it. I loved it.
Well, it's a combination of the last 2 years. Where, of course, we've got dancing, singing. We've got everything from doo-wop to the Beatles, and
it's kind of 50s, 60s.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 50s and 60s music. Yes.
And singing and dancing and swinging and
yes, and
little scenarios.
Right. Yeah, we got a little drama here and there.
We all hope you're doing the bathtub scene.
We're doing the bathtub scene. Yeah.
The bathtub scene. We talk about it all the time. I would go back just to see the scene.
The towel hadn't retired yet. So.
Right. Okay. And I think this one is going to be you're giving the money to a league. Softball?
Right, softball, Coffee County High School softball. We're doing a fundraiser for them because it's always a hassle, and it's everybody knows that people are always begging for money for this, money for that all the time, and we're trying to help them out.
Oh, by the way, this is at the This show is at the Coffee County High School.
Right. Yeah, in the
not
auditorium.
At the Art Center.
In the auditorium, and my daughter played softball for the high school back years ago, and so. I'm just kind of helped them out, and I've been in the booster club, the softball booster club, so we decided to do something to help out the softball team.
Is this the third year for the Ultimate Oldies
It will
show?
be coming up the third year. In August, we'll do a brand new show at the MAC in Manchester, the Manchester Arts Center.
And so you've taken the last two shows, put together what you thought was probably the hottest numbers.
Right, yeah.
And I thought it was interesting how you pick your people. You sort of have a team?
Yes, we have a core group, and we built from that.
How many people are in the group?
There's actually about 9 in the core group, and there's 4 guys and then 5 women that do most of the singing. Then we have dancers, just dancing, because it's hard to dance and sing at the same time and actually project. It's just really hard.
To be ambidextrous.
That's
to do
right.
some of those things.
And I'm doing a little dancing in it, but not much. You won't have to endure much on that.
You do some good dancing. Jamie Harden is still the director.
Yes, he is.
And does Jamie pull all the music together?
Yes, he does. He does all the back scene work as well as everything.
Amazing young man.
Yes, he does. He spends a lot of hours doing that.
And how much are tickets?
Tickets are $10 for everybody.
My goodness, you can't get a better deal than that anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
So you need to call up and get your tickets. It's Friday and Saturday night.
Yes,
7 o'clock.
Right.
And is it reserve seating?
No reserve
or
seating.
First come, first serve?
If you've already pre-bought tickets, you get in first.
Get in first.
Yeah, but it's no reserve seating, and then
that's a good way to do it.
Yes, and then when people come, you have walk-ins, and then the people that have tickets already go immediately in when the doors open.
So they take the better seats.
Right. Yes.
And what time will the doors open?
Open at 6. They'll have root beer floats and stuff like that for concessions.
Concessions, and that will help make money also for the group.
Right, and if you want to dress in 50s and 60s attire, that's fine. And we'll have dancing. You can dance in the aisles. It's whatever. It's just a big, good party time,
It sounds
for that
like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I believe that you'll have a full house.
I hope so.
And one price is for everybody.
Yes,
I like
right.
that because it's easier finances.
Easy to keep up with.
Easier to keep up with.
Yes.
You want to tell me do y'all have sponsors?
No.
No sponsors. You're just basically doing this as a gift.
Yes.
Let's name a few of the people that are the quartet that I love so much.
Oh,
that's you and Jamie
Harden and Steve Lawson and J.D. Tolliver.
A great group.
Yeah, we're just lucky to get that group together that we can gel together. You can get a lot of good talent together, but when they gel together, that's another thing.
I said to myself, those 4 need to be on the road.
It'd be nice if it paid.
Are you all adding you're not adding any new song, you're just doing some of the stuff you did.
Right.
But when you do the August show, you'll probably add some new stuff.
It will be new. It'll be a totally new show, yeah.
Well, I think you've really come up with a great idea by doing this oldies stuff.
Oh, yeah, because it's hard to find that around here, the oldies shows
you're
like
right.
that. And people love that music, too.
And they love the Beatles.
Yes.
I think the Beatles will always... that's just one of those groups that'll always be good. I'm trying to think of a Beatles number that you did, but
I Want to Hold Your Hand.
I Want to Hold Your Hand, right.
Yeah,
That's
we're going to be doing that this weekend.
So you're going to do that this weekend. What are some of the other songs?
Splish Splash, I was taking it back.
Right, we love that.
And the Duke of Earl, I do that one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, and the Silhouettes, and we're doing some Beach Boy stuff, Surfing Safari and Surfer Girl. We're doing those two.
And do you throw the balls out again?
Well, we might. Yeah, we might do that.
Who's the choreographer?
The choreographer was Kelly Parkinson, and
is she not there anymore?
She will be. She was pregnant, so so that kind of put her out of the show. So we had to reconfigure the dancing. So Katie Majors is doing.
She's come in and helped you out.
Yes.
There's so much talent around Middle Tennessee,
right.
And I am proud of your group for putting this together.
Yeah.
And, do you know the date for the August show?
Don't know it yet. I'm not certain on
We're hoping it's not the same weekend as the country show.
Oh, I hope not too. Yeah.
Because we'll have to watch for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we encourage everybody to grab a ticket. You know, even if you can't show up for the show, you're supporting a wonderful cause.
Right.
The high school softball.
High school softball team.
And that the money is going to a good cause, and I have to compliment you guys for giving your time.
Well,
because putting a band together and getting all this on stage.
Oh yeah,
that's big.
Yeah, and KK's Music is going to do the sound for us. They're donating.
KK's are so good.
Yes, they're donating the sound and doing all that.
Who is in the band?
In the band, you have.
Good group, I know that.
Yeah, we've got Dana Brooks, which is the music minister at First Methodist in Manchester, and we have Greg Johnson as our guitar player, Stephen Clower, our bass player, and Gary Kevanimi is our drummer.
Kevanimi, what a neat name.
And then we have Scott Keene plays saxophone, and then Jamie Harden plays trumpet on some of the songs.
Scott Keene goes so far back with me, and I'm so proud of him because he comes in there and fills all the reed needs that you have.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. Yeah, well, it's a good team because I've listened to them. They don't overpower the actors,
right?
And they're all solid back there, so they're all great musicians.
Yes,
but you're really getting your money's worth. $10 can't buy you this much anywhere in the country.
No, that's true. You know, you go to the movies and that's pretty much $10.
It's $10 just to walk in the door. And then you buy popcorn. It's
yeah, you can spend $20 easily. Yes.
Yeah. What do you sell concessions for? Is that about?
I have no idea. Okay. I'm kind of out on that.
Just bring a little money with you so you can enjoy it and go back to the 50s and 60s and enjoy a good time at the high school in Manchester.
Right.
That's located on Highway 55 in case you haven't been over there. And 7 o'clock, doors open at 6.
Right. The theater will open at 6:30.
Theater opens at 6:30, and if you have a ticket in your hand, you get seated right away. Any last minute words you want to say?
No, just be there.
Bring your mom and them and come on.
That's right. Have a good time.
Have a hoedown or whatever. It will be fun.
Yeah.
Cliff, thank you for giving your time to the arts.
Well, you're welcome.
I think the arts are probably some of the most important things in all our lives, and I could take hours and talk about it, but thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you.
I know it's a gift. We'll be back with more of Just Plain Living.
There's one place women of all ages can find the care they need. The Women's Center at Harton Regional Medical Center. We're a full-service women's center with comprehensive obstetrical and gynecological surgery. Our excellent customer satisfaction rate is a reflection of our commitment to excellence. To serve you even better, we've now remodeled our facility. Our family-friendly birth center features private labor, delivery, and recovery suites. For every stage of your life, we're there for you. The Women's Center at Harton Regional Medical Center.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's News Leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's News, get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at the Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we're always trying to find ways to keep you better informed. And we're also always trying to find ways to have some of our businesses in the community be able to present themselves to you so you will be better informed. Because of that, here on Just Plain Living, we have started a new segment, and it's called the Business Spotlight. And these businesses are going to be spotlighted quarterly, and for the first quarter, we have Action Air Plus, the Merchants at Coker's, and Jay Jordan's Boutique. And we'll spend some time with each one of these businesses in the first quarter. And today is Action Air Plus is on with us. They're in the Business Spotlight today, and that means my friend, Mr. Keith Bailey, is up here with us right now. And Keith, how you doing, partner? Good morning.
Fine, John. Thanks for having us on this morning.
Well, we appreciate you being part of this show. And Keith is always one who is willing to take a chance, and his entrepreneurial spirit keeps him stepping out there. And we appreciate you being our first person on the Business Spotlight.
Well, it's a privilege, John.
Well, Action Air Plus does a lot of things, and that's because of the type of guy Keith is. When Keith gets an idea and he thinks there's something that he can present to the community that will better the community and serve the community in a positive way, he steps out there and gives it a try.
That's right, John, and I want to say this. I want to put a little plug in for South Central Home Builders. And by being in South Central Home Builders tied with Action Air, I think it's been a benefit for us and the community as well to bring the quality contractors up front in our Tullahoma businesses.
Now, one of the things that has happened recently, and of course it's been talked about and reported about and everything else, is it was the ice storm several years ago. Now it's the hailstorm.
That's right. Just a few years back, we had a
big ice storm,
monsoon of ice, and shut Tullahoma down for a few weeks.
Yeah, and this year we had a hailstorm, and because of the hailstorm, you've sort of ventured off in another direction in part of your business.
Yeah, John, we've actually enhanced our capabilities. Us being a general contractor in the community, we've used it through Action Air, and especially in the commercial environment that we've worked in. But recently, what we've reached out and partnered with a company that is it's called Statewide Roofing and Restoration. Mm-hmm. And they're actually from New Albany, Indiana.
Right.
This company has moved from New Albany, Indiana, created an office in Kentucky, and was just about to create an office, a branch in Nashville. And after talking to these gentlemen, we're working out a partnership, fine-tuning it right now to where they're going to be located, or we're going to be located locally in Tullahoma to be able to reach the communities of our area, partnering with Statewide and Action Air. Now there'll probably another spin-off or another name that'll develop on this as the year goes by, but that's what our plans are.
Okay, and where's the phone number that someone can reach you? Because we want to put that up. We're not through talking, but we want to have that up on the screen while we continue to visit.
I'd say for the sake right now, they can call the Action Air number, which is 931-233-0434. That's our office number. But you can also call me, and I can put you in touch with the right individual, which would be 931-247-4458.
And that's Keith.
That's right.
Keith? You get him with that number right there.
That's right.
Now, is that the right number right there?
That's our office number.
Okay, very good. So you're talking about roofing and restoration. Now, I know a great part of your business now is air quality control.
That's right. It goes hand in hand.
A lot of mold remediation, dampness, dampness under homes and stuff, which is a great part, like you say, hand in hand with restoration, because a lot of times those are the type of things that cause deterioration.
Well, actually, John, up to this point, we haven't been associated whatsoever with remediation. That's a whole different standard.
Okay.
We will be. We're jumping into a whole new level in the near future.
Okay.
In the remediation side, in the certifications and that right there. But right now, we've been treating things a little different. It's a unique way, and we'll bring our methods to to the table even as we grow into a larger company that will be working statewide as well.
Okay. So how are you finding the environment in the roofing industry right now that you've stepped out there and are looking at roofing, and you've got hailstorm damage, and you're dealing with these folks? Evidently, if you're dealing with them, they're quality type people.
Exactly. I mean, I've been approached to be involved in roofing sales or claim negotiation in the past, and I've avoided it because we've focused solely on the indoor air quality. And so recently being introduced to this company and having, I don't know, I guess you would call it the unfortunate situation of dealing with a hailstorm personally.
Right.
But my eyes were opened up, and I can see right now that we can be a benefit to the community. For one thing, I've got a background in project management and cellular construction, so I've got a natural construction background. So we're just enhancing what we already have available in Tullahoma.
Okay.
At a good time.
At a good time. That's right. And probably pricing on that stuff is just dependent upon what's there and what has to be replaced and what has to be done. And I'm sure in situations like we have right now, pricing is contingent upon what the insurance company's willing to pay.
That's a good point, John. I mean, daily I'm asked to give estimates, and I would oblige anybody or help anybody with estimates and give them a ballpark. But the truth is, nationally, the insurance companies deal with a standardized program. And by dealing with a standardized program, typically they're going to pay what they're going to pay.
Right.
It's the negotiation process. It's what's being fair from the insurance company to the customer. And so we sort of walk, and when you're doing the red tape, dealing with the paperwork, it gets a little overwhelming sometimes to customers, and we want to alleviate that headache of the customers and work in their behalf and make sure they understand, because it's a process that's not easily attained just every day. You've got to understand there's law behind it too. You got to stand behind the letter of the law, and I'll also give the customer, or try to give the customer, what they truly deserve.
Right. And so, and if on a lot of these things you go in there and you have an initial understanding of what the problems are, and you get started and you find other problems, then you have the opportunity to renegotiate or to go back with the insurance company and say, look, here's what we found. Because a lot of times in roofing, until you get underneath it, you don't know what the problem really is.
That's exactly right. And there's some do-it-yourselfers in town, and there's nothing wrong with the do-it-yourselfers that can make it happen. But by working with a professional and knowing what to look for, you can bring your structure back up to to the correct manner that what the insurance company would expect you to be. Because if you're not doing it right, then you have another problem later on when there is more rain and there's damage to the inside. That could be negotiated on maybe, it might not be a good quality job or something.
Right.
Instead of the hail damage that happened.
Understand. Well, folks, this is Keith Bailey, my friend, and he's been around here. We've been buddies a long time. Does a lot of stuff. You need help, you call him. Not just about roofing, not just about restoration, just about anything. He's got his pulse on what's going on in the Tullahoma and Middle Tennessee area, and is a good guy you can trust.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. And we'll be back after these messages.
Painless.
Painless. What is that up there? That.
Serving you as a local firefighter. Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force. Serving Tullahoma. Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service.
We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Oh, there's my cat. Should I put her away?
Lighten it up a little bit.
How's this? Great.
Good. There we go.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Today we're going to talk about Alzheimer's and some of the problems that exist and some ways to get help. And I have on the set with me Joyce Adams. Joyce, it is delightful having you. I've loved talking to you back there.
Thank you.
And give me your title one more time. It's Bedford County
Caregiver Relief Program of Bedford County, and I'm the RN Program Director.
And you're the director, and this is a huge responsibility.
It is very much a huge responsibility.
And I would just say right off, this is a not-for-profit organization. Let's talk about some of the things that you do.
Well, it is a free service for the consumer, and our basic focus is for support for the Alzheimer's patient and their caregivers in the homes. And it's becoming more and more prevalent because nursing homes are costing so much, and people cannot afford to send their one to the nursing home.
And plus people want to be home.
Right.
They want
and
to
it has
stay
been
home.
proven they do better.
They do better
at
in a home situation.
especially with family around them and loved ones caring for them. They do better.
Let's find a phone number. Do you have a phone number if anybody wants to call and ask you questions in case they forget?
931-685-9039. And we also have a website, Caregiver Relief Program, bedfordco.org.
Okay, bedfordco.org, or this phone number. If you want some information and you forget this number, we'll write it down right now. All right, let's talk about one of the things that I was interested in was some of the services that you all offer.
We do, and all of our services are free. I do want to emphasize that because a lot of people cannot afford to have someone come in their home. But I am a free nursing service for diagnosed patients with Alzheimer's disease and their caregivers. So
do they come to you or do you go to them?
I go to them.
Okay.
I visit in their homes at least once a month, usually twice a month. We carry right now about 16 families, and I visit with them, and I do quick physical assessment, vital signs, things like that. And then we talk about what's going on with them, whether it might be a behavior problem or they're having trouble eating or anything like that we can address.
So they can just make notes all through the month, and when you all come in, try to get answers for some of these questions.
Exactly, and it's really support for the caregiver because they need to talk to somebody. They need to,
you don't
sometimes
have many conversations with an Alzheimer's patient.
Exactly. Sometimes you do, but it's support for them to know that they're doing the right thing. They're trying to help their loved one have a wonderful last existence, if you will, and it's a vital support. Because if we don't care for the caregiver, then the person with Alzheimer's disease is lost.
In my heart, the biggest thing we must always remember is, though they don't know us, we know them inside, and we must remember who they were. And take care of them with the same dignity we would.
That's right. It's so heartbreaking when the person with Alzheimer's does not recognize their family members. In fact, I have a lady caring for her husband right now that her husband is beginning not to recognize her, so she wears a name tag.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
I am her name, and then I am your wife, and he looks at the name tag and it reminds him, oh, this is my wife.
What a good idea.
So
nobody ever told me that one.
It is a good idea.
So like you put on refrigerator, you could put refrigerator up there?
That's
Maybe
right.
Some of those,
that's right.
That would be good.
It is good.
Yeah.
And it does key some sort of memory process that they...
To click that word.
Yes, and that helps them to remember what to do with the refrigerator or whatever. So I always say one of our mottos is, if you remember you forgot, you're okay. But if you forget you forgot, you're not.
You're not. So get some help. Do most Alzheimer's patients, do they mostly get put on medication like Aricept or something like that?
They do, usually, and medications in most instances are good. They do have a lot of side effects, and some people cannot handle those side effects.
Right.
So the Aricept, Exelon, Namenda, those kind of things have been ordered for most of my patients. And, I do really recommend they see a neurologist for diagnosis and to be followed with medication. Most of the time it does help. It does not cure it. But it does maybe delay
sometimes.
And usually everybody needs to be on some sort of anti-anxiety or depression medication, because it does definitely, it's got to be frustrating for them.
It's got to be frustrating, especially when in the early stages when you realize something weird is going on.
Exactly.
And that must be terrifying for the patient.
Very frustrating. Very frustrating. So I want to talk about respite a little bit.
Yes.
And respite care is so important. Respite means a break. When we can give the caregiver a break, then they have a vital, you and I can go to the hairdresser at the drop of a whim, but they have to plan.
They have to plan.
They have to plan someone to come and take care of their loved one. They have to plan a time that it's okay for them to leave the home. So if we can provide this care
and give them some time,
exactly,
space by yourself or space with another friend to have a conversation,
exactly, or just take a nap. They're so sleep deprived, and a lot of times caregivers have other things going on. They definitely suffer from high blood pressure, depression, diabetes, any of those
and often they
chronic
can't tell
illnesses.
You that they're hurting, can they?
Right.
It's hard to know if they're sick.
Oh, definitely. The patient, definitely.
The patient.
Yes, definitely.
And you have to be very alert.
Yes.
What are some of the skills in taking care of an Alzheimer's patient? Some things that people that are caretakers, some things they need to know.
Well, loving is the number one. You've got to love them, and it does get frustrating, and it gets it causes anger, I guess, if you will, that why is my loved one acting like this? I don't understand. And understanding, and you kind of have to put yourself in their shoes. How would I feel if I don't recognize my wife, or my husband? And think about, sometimes they remember things 30 years ago, but they don't remember 5 years ago.
I've heard that even if they had stoves and refrigerators that went all the way back, say, to the 50s, they would understand it far better than the new modern appliances.
That's our brain for us. And
right.
It usually does affect the the short-term memory is exhausted.
So what are some of the things we look for if we think Alzheimer's might be coming on?
I'm glad you asked that. I've got a little brochure from the Alzheimer's Association that talks about 10 warning signs. Memory changes that disrupt daily life. If you can't, you've always done the checkbook, or you've always made dinner.
You can no longer make it work.
Right, exactly. That's a big sign. That's a big sign. Challenges in planning or solving problems. You just can't quite put it together, put that thought together. Difficulty completing familiar tasks. Anything that's familiar, and you've noticed your husband can
no longer do that.
Shave his face, or
find the car keys.
Find the car.
That's probably a good thing.
That's right. That's right. Confusion with time or place. I'm not sure where I am. That kind of thing. Trouble understanding visual images and spatial relationships. Anything that may be like a reflection in a mirror. We talked a little bit about that. It's kind of interesting. New problems with words and speaking or writing. Anything new is kind of confusing to them.
You know, we're going to have to wrap this up.
Okay, sorry.
You're going to have to come back because we have a nation of people with Alzheimer's.
Definitely.
And there are millions, as we talked about, of caretakers as well as Alzheimer's patients. Joyce Adams, thank you for
Can
what
I just
you
say
do.
one other
Yes,
thing?
Go ahead.
I just want to go back to respite. We do have a respite reimbursement program that we can reimburse our caregivers $120 a month with the Tennessee Respite Coalition. And we just received a statewide award with them for our outstanding partnership
That
with
is
them.
awesome. Well, Bedford County is on the ball when it comes to this program. We'll be back with more
Thank you.
living.
Thank you.
All that attention, all you wanted was...
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver's Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Some people think that pressing their on-demand button will cost money or make their house explode or something. Of course, neither of these things is true. On-demand is just a way to access thousands of free movies and TV shows. The code to blow up a house is actually channel up, channel down, 2-star 77.
On demand, thousands of free movies and TV shows on your schedule, and nothing bad.
We're back.
Are we done?
Are we done? Are we finished?
Well, somebody say something. I was looking up side
This is a
news.
bad situation because every one of us on this set are used to being the lead person and doing that, and then all of a sudden we get back here and we're thinking, okay,
somebody else is going to do it.
Somebody else is going to do this, so nobody did.
Well, you know,
that was funny.
What is it? There's a thing that people say about being, you better be the lead dog.
That's right. Yeah. If you're not, you're looking at.
You're looking right.
Depends on what you're looking at.
I can't remember the whole sentence. Oh, well. Anyway, it's been a
Something
good show.
about laying down, waking up with
I want to
fleas.
remind people to go to see the Ultimate Oldies show to raise money at Coffee County High School. Friday and Saturday nights.
I saw that a version of that last year. It's so good.
They do a
so
great job.
talented.
They do a good job.
Great band.
And then I was interested in the Alzheimer's people over there in Bedford County. What a great job they're doing. So, you know.
That's a very interesting subject, and it's a very serious
Well, we were
illness
talking
and-
about the millions of people in this United States, even. Millions.
Sometimes I wonder.
What'd you say?
Sometimes
There's such a thing as early onset, John.
So remember,
is that me? Early onset?
you need to keep exercising. You need to keep using your brain. You need
That's
to don't sit too long on the couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay busy.
My new addiction is international Scrabble. I played with
You're
people
kidding
from
me.
New Zealand and Canada and California and stuff over the weekend. That will work your brain.
That will work your brain.
All right, it's time to go,
Time to
folks.
go.
And what we did yesterday, on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, was went out and got some film of various things, and there was a march here in Tullahoma and some entertainment, and we're going to close the show with
good.
a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King.
Wonderful man.
Great. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
We'd like to welcome you all and thank you all for coming out to celebrate this great occasion here, this march that we're going to have this morning. And I think the policeman's in place there. And we're going to ask for a prayer. And then we'll form up, four men front. We'll form up and then start the march. Shall we pray? God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, the God who has brought us thus far along the way. We thank you now for the legacy and the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. We thank you for what he showed and what he shared to the whole world, especially this nation and this community. We thank you that he showed us that we can have equality, justice, power, and a bright future. We thank you for the great hope that was laid, and we thank you for what will come in the days ahead. We know that we've come this far by faith, leaning on your arms. And God, we pray that you just continue to carry us on. Be with us as we walk, be with us as we march. Keep our spirits high, keep our fight and our vigor intact. And we will forever praise your name and thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right. About to hit one of the kids.
Gracious and loving God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for those faithful servants like Dr. King who have gone before us and who have fought the good fight of faith. May we live and learn from their examples. As we march today, may we take steps to build unity between all people. May we love you and love our neighbors. May we do justice and love kindness and walk humbly in your most holy name. We ask that this day would be a reminder to us all of our unity as your people and as human beings, that we would seek to love one another, that we would seek to care for one another this day, to respect one another, and to seek equality and justice for all people. In your most holy and precious name we pray. Amen.
Donuts and sausage and biscuits, coffee and juice and all kinds of good stuff. Hello there. Look at that. Isn't that great? Donuts. Are you on the committee? Were you on the committee?
I'm just here walking.
You just helping and walking.
Yeah, just helping out.
Good. Good thing. Good stuff. Here, come on. All right, here's two fine gentlemen this morning. What do you think about this event, man?
Well, I thought it was a great opportunity to call attention to the history and legacy of Dr. King. I've actually been doing some reading of some of Dr. King has written. It's just incredible. It's really inspiring as to how he tried to communicate with the country, and I'm really just proud to be here this morning.
And Eugene?
It's always an honor to do anything in the line of what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has done. But many thanks to the people who came out to support this event. I think that's the most important part, is that we cannot let this thing die, and we'll continue to live it forever and forever.
Tullahoma growing together. Together.
Absolutely.
All right.
In his hands, he got the little bitty baby. In his hands, he got the little bitty baby.
We can work together, and we enjoy working together. So why don't we think about what Dr. King gave his life for us to get along, improve ourselves, and all of us try to get to the top together and get to heaven together. But we have a lot to improve on. We can't be out there bullying each other and then our children bully each other. We would keep pushing to do things better, because that's what the parents were saying in the 50s. You got to do better than you're doing. Even though you don't have the good schools with all the good science labs in it. If Booker T. Washington did it, you can do it. That was the type of role model we got from our parents. Now, we got all kinds of role models that we can name now, but we are not pushing and telling them what they can do. This is my buddy, Tiger from Tennessee State. She knows everything I'm saying is right. But we got a president, W.S. Davis, said we're going to move a little higher in this.
Jesus loves the little children of the world. Jesus loves the little children of the world. All the children of the world. Jesus loves the
You